Oh yeah, folk. You already know what it is. Another video. Got the EK hatch going, of course, as I've been stating in my last few videos now. Getting that Civic ready for a track day here in Florida, and we're gonna see if all the parts I end up throwing at the car help, hurt, whatever else the case is. This video is gonna be a little bit different. Not different, but like we're gonna do a couple different things that don't exactly involve performance, but then some things that are nothing but performance. So stick around, check it out, and after the intro, you already know. Feel me?
Life is like a motherfucking dream. Fill my double cup up with some lean. Yeah, put my dick in your bitch plane. Yeah, rats come.
Run that back, turbo.
Scoop me duck, got one of my rooms all flooded with gold. I done bought 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 carat in stones. Cash on the California cash, can't wait to go dress my home. Smash all you itty bitty rappers in a minute, I was trying to prolong. On the way to reach my goals, lot of those open and close. I been spending millions on clothes, I been making millions off clothes. Stacking new money to the old, garbage state bitches and old. Cut up my shirt full of hoes, don't wanna got a lot of hoes. Shout out my cousin, my kin, my blood, my foe. Hold my 10, I plant the seed, give it water to grow. €500,000 in a third world country, I travel the coast. Always say that I want it, you don't want it, and done it, I do what they don't. Never try to stunt my growth, I instead to chase my goals. Nigga, why you watching, I'm grown, nigga can't take my throne. Going through the motion, stay strong, you done been him all alone. Look at all this money we done grown, lot of different places I done flown. Freaky little bitch, she swallow my kid, she swallow my kid. Pull up on the kid, she left her kid at home. It's 10 p.m. and Atlanta where I'm at, it's 4 in the morning. Marble Spain and the view is the same, round the corner from Jordan. Speed in the coupe, Jeff Gordon, I got the foreign imported. Knew what we sold out the Barclay, now we gon' sell out the garden. Drop I'ma fuck up the market, y'all gonna really a Martian. It's squeezing me through like I'm parting, and I'm protected by carbons. Never try to stunt my growth, I instead to chase my goals. Nigga, why you watching, I'm grown, nigga can't take my throne. Going through the motion, stay strong, you done been him all alone. Look at all this money we done grown, lot of different places I done flown. On the way to reach my goals, lot of those open and close. Going through the motion, stay strong, you done been him all alone.
$22 million in cash left on the street. The boy who picked up the cash went on a mission.
It's the most money I've ever felt or touched.
Buddha. Huncho. Go. Woo. 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 Yeah. I brought my niggas to the bank, then we cash out. I brought my bitch to the bank, then she passed out. Woo. Woo. Yes sir. Woo. Hey. Woo. That's hard. Yes sir. I do not talk about niggas out my damn mouth. No. I pull up on you, pull the trigger, then I air it out. Yes sir. Hey. Yes sir. Yeah, whip it like I can't stand it. Pull up, park it, do damage. Trap house to a mansion. I put that on my granny. Grandma. Let me see that light. Five nigga ass up, yeah. Missed his head, so I caught him in the ear. I should face tattoo 100 tears. All the rappers won't make disappear. In the spotlight looking like deers. Especially when we pull up pressing. Especially when we pull up flexing. Especially when we pull up checking. 150 cash on the necklace. Y'all niggas scraping them extras. Moving up blocks, no Tetris. Rap on my
but she acting sedity. Stuck up. I'm not Will Smith, but I'm tryna get jiggy. Fuck up. I can show you how to make a band like Diddy. Get up out your feelings for this chopper, make you dance like Shiggy. 21. Sis got just like Drizzy. Straight up. Shoot you in the back like Ricky. Straight up. Seeds peanut butter like Jiffy. Straight up. Y'all niggas rats like Mickey. Straight up. Thick women only, I'm picky. Oh God. Yellow diamonds on me, they pissy. Oh God. Elliot the one did all my ice, but I'm not talking about Missy. Oh God. Pick your side. Yeah. One man army don't need no side. Yeah. Rolls Royce truck. Straight up. Your bitch getting down on the knees inside. Oh God. Y'all gotta put shit together cause your money short, nigga, like Yeezy slides. Okay. The Billy truck came with him, I ain't even had to put no TVs inside.
I brought my niggas to the bank, then we cash out. I brought my bitch to the bank, then she passed out. Woo, woo, woo. Yes sir. Woo, hey, woo. That's hard. Yes sir. I do not talk about niggas out my damn mouth. I pull up on you, pull the trigger, then I air it out. Woo, woo, woo. Yes sir. Woo, hey, woo, woo. Yes sir. Skr, 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 skr. Yeah, hey. Only God I fear. It's 10 bricks in the lyric. Draco came with a mirror. Boom, 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 boom. To watch my back. Heard he got whacked. The bando back. Cooking from scratch. Heard you the man now. You do the dirt with your hands, Get it for a little bit of change. You feel like you're picking up cans now. Satellites on the plane. Think the president flying. Fuck it, deadline. Took your bitch to the bank. Now her head's mine. If I ever had kids in here, my bread line.
Why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why you keep fucking with me? You gon' make me jump out my skin, believe me. Push these niggas off me like push these bitches off me like push these niggas off me like pushing the snakes, I'm pushing the fakes, I'm pushing them all off me like pushing them all off me like yeah. I be immune to shit, tucking the broom and shit, done with assuming shit. Know you a joke, my answers are close, I holla at the moon and shit. Know the results, the ballot is in, man, I'm about to boom again. You funny, dog. Peekaboo, can't hide behind your money, dog. A week or two, I meditate on running lost. Swerve, 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 shake the currents off. Yeah. Push these niggas off me like push these bitches off me like push these niggas off me like pushing the snakes, I'm pushing the fakes, I'm pushing them all off me like pushing them all off me like yeah. Head up, chest out, silence. I'm stressed out. Shh, be quiet. I'm stressed out. Stressed out, stressed out, stressed. Hit my daughter up. She need all the love. I need all the love. I mean all of us. It's like 6 o'clock. Bitch, you talk too much. You making it awkward, love. I mean it's hard enough. I mean it's.
They don't fuck with me even if they could. Pull out the stick, hit a bitch with the wood. First part road was breaking the hood. Don't worry about us over here, we good. The AP Roman numeral, everybody go and need pharmaceuticals. I ran my whole conglomerate, I was just mapping shit out in the cubicle. Suicide cool is a funeral. Track hard lunch like a slingshot. Big ol' ruby diamond on my pinky finger, that bitch look like a mini pop. Money on my mind, money on your head. Can't ride 3 times when you coming through the jets. Red Cross kept a nigga fed. In the studio with K-Dot, fresh out the feds. Yeah, you niggas can't stand the rain. You niggas don't stand a chance. Yeah, sharp like candy paint. I spend the bin in the bins. I call the bill off of Google out. I'm the type to get my shooter wet. I had to survive off a tuna pack. 5% tent on the wheel, like who's that? Cool take off like it's mad. Beat the dope with a fork, I'm whipping up Sulafat. I'm doing scams in the lab. Every Thursday, girls, they spend the time with my daughter, make me go harder. Every Sunday, Sunday, teach my boy to be a man, I ain't had no father. Been in love with the block, I ain't had no part. You saw it off shotgun Marvin. Stacking them on the proper art with diamonds, look like Marvin.
Alright, we're gonna start the video right here. I know this isn't the Civic, it's the 240, but I do want to work on this car, and there's a chance that this weekend I might throw a little bit of time at it. last weekend, which is the weekend of me doing the Civic that you're watching now, this video, of course. It was a long weekend. It was my wife's birthday. So, you know, I had to go here, do this, do that, you know, family with this, you know what I'm saying? So kind of less time. Plus, to be honest, sometimes I just feel kind of generally worn out from working really long days during my work week, still editing videos, and then trying to work on my cars, plus doing anything else. So like any time off I take, you know, I usually really want, you know, to just chill, but then I have a hard time chilling because I want to do shit too, you know what I'm saying? Gift and a curse, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But hopefully the S13, we're gonna jump out the gym in that thing. And damn, I just realized we just cut the yard not that long ago, and I'm already, and by not that long ago, I mean like 2 weeks ago. Damn, gotta cut this shit again. Gotta cut that grass, baby, you know what I'm saying? So you watched the video, you seen that we took the rear brake setup off of this car. Now, if you don't know, Honda Civic hatchbacks, 96 to 2000, never had disc brakes in the rear. They never came with sway bars. They didn't come with badass motors. They didn't have shit. The badass upgrades for these cars was a rear windshield wiper, and if you were lucky, you had AC and power steering. So EK hatches came with the least amount of shit you could possibly get. The coupes and sedans both came with more shit, everything. They came with everything except for the badass motor, and only 99 2000 Civic SIs came with a B16, so there it is. But yeah, so this car that I bought, if you watched some videos ago, I bought this car originally. I didn't even know that it had a disc brakes on it, which is strange because normally I'm pretty good about checking cars out and, you know, whatever else. But I picked up the car and the car had Steelies on it, and Steelies hide things. I didn't even know it had like these coilovers on it, that suspension pieces, like stuff like that. So when I got this car, I had a few little cool little surprises, which I took off the car because, well, I'm going to be selling this car. I'm keeping the little fun surprises for my other hatchbacks that I'm not going to get rid of. Obviously, that's what you do when you buy cars, you know what I'm saying? So this car, what was it? Yeah. So we pulled all that off, and then showing showing a little bit of 4x4 action right now, you know what I'm saying? This thing is burying itself in the yard, and it keeps slipping more and more and more this way, and now I'm getting really, I'm stuck. I ain't gonna front with you. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? We down here, baby. So I'm trying to stop doing that, so whatever. Oh, we got Chester. Hold on. Chester across the street. Chester in my driveway. What you doing, Chester? Man, Chester and all his people in my driveway. What the fuck going on? Anyways, so you seen in the streets with your two motherfucking eyes that, where's my shit at? Right here, here we go. So you see, now I left this one stock, untouched, so you can see the difference. Obviously you saw when we were working on it, but you can see here that, you know, we have this, this is a trailing arm bushing, and that's what the OEM looks like, just a rubber old piece of shit. I'm actually surprised how easily this hammered out, because like, if you ever try to hammer out a pressed bushing, they don't just hammer out. Like, you gotta like really manipulate them. And like a lot of times what people like to do, and I know it works pretty well, is you would take a Sawzall, cut out all the bushing, all the rubber of the bushing as much as you can, and then you would cut a straight line right here to allow for some relief space, and you cut a straight line there without trying to cut up the housing here, and then that would allow the bearing sleeve to collapse a little bit, and then you can hammer it out, and then you know you're pretty much good as gold. In this case, this fucker just came clean out. Like, I was really impressed. Now, Hondas are notorious for these little fuckers right here. Look at that little thing right there. And I almost completely smeared the two that were on here. They were already starting to twist and spread, which actually, yeah, it's on the floor. I can't find it. Okay, anyways, I didn't clean up shit because I'm gonna have to just do all the same work to this thing right here anyways, right? But that's, Hondas are notorious, and I don't understand why Honda did that. Like, I get like it kind of makes the rotor sit on there, do its thing, stay level, clean and even, but like it was smarter to like have a hub bore to where the wheel goes on the hub bore and sits flush, and the rotor sits flush together. You know what I mean? You're bolting the wheel together like, you know, standard cars do, so whatever. Anyways, new rotors, new pads, and I went with these boys right here, these Power Stop Extremes. These are Z26 or some shit. Z26 low dust brake formula. Now, I went with those because my wife's Supra, this car here, we put those pads on this, and she has white wheels, and that shit made a massive difference. Stopping power wise, generally stops pretty well, but I have had a few really hard braking moments in that car, and those don't leave me with a ton of confidence. But originally when I ordered these pads and rotors, drilled and slotted rotors, you know, typical, the pads were more for a good bite for the street that produces less dust. Again, Civic hatchback only has white wheels on it. It's because we're about to walk over there. You're about to see if you haven't already seen, you know what I'm saying? And overall, they work pretty good. Plus, the Civic is going to go from discs in the front, drum brakes in the rear, to having disc brakes in the rear. So that also is an upgrade by itself. So generally speaking, I should have an overall just massive upgrade. You know what I mean? And I'm still working on, I'm actually going to upgrade the whole front brakes on this car down the road in the future. You know, not now, at some point. Just got to go to the track day. I got to see how things go. I did buy full .4 brake fluid for the Civic, and I will be changing all that out when I put on the disc brakes. You know what I'm saying? I have all stainless braided lines, all brand new. So anything old is coming off, and this shit's coming on, going on new. I did think about, you know, taking these, cleaning them up like crazy, and like, you know, painting them up a little bit, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But to be real, I'm just gonna toss these on after just doing this work, because in the future, when I'm gonna remove these back off, they make a reinforcement plate kit that reinforces a bunch of stress points that these trailing arms are known to crack, split, and I think flex too, like it'll spread because they're shaped like this essentially. So, you know, that's not now, it's for the future. It's hard not to get like carried away going, oh, I'm gonna do this to the car, oh, I'm gonna do this, oh, I'm gonna do this, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then, you know what I'm saying, and then like the list like never ends. So that list, those parts are still on the list, they just don't need to be on the list right now, because technically the Civic just jumped in line in front of the 240, and actually honestly the black R35 was actually going to probably get a little bit of love, hopefully, and then the R32 is going to get some love. So really that car jumped the line like tremendously. That car's been taking a lot of money from me over the past couple months, you know what I'm saying? So basically, like, I don't know, we'll see how it goes there, but like, how do I put it, now I'm like walking and talking, you know what I'm saying? But we know that the car doesn't need to have the craziest shit right now. It's a daily driver car. I don't want to blow up the motor. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I really don't want to blow up the motor. Oh, of course, some more parts showed up finally. In the video you saw, like, did some of that work there. Went and picked up some more parts. I didn't put the parts in the video because it was just a header. Just a tri-wide header for the Civics. So it's a 4-2-1 header, but they made them so the runner lengths are really long. So you actually eliminate the catalytic converter and bypass it entirely, versus a standard header stops where the cat would stop, and then you'd have a cat delete pipe. So this one still continues to channel the exhaust through the header past that point, you know what I mean? Which also leads me to my next thing, is I have to measure the header size, see what size my exhaust is. Pretty sure they're about the same. I think it's like 2¼ 2.5 inch exhaust. I don't know, it's not big, it's small shit. So I still have to cut the exhaust, make that happen, make all that work too. Plus, when the header comes off, I have to put on the sway bar, the new control arms, drop the oil pan, put rod bolts in it. I have to seal all that back up, put the header on, cut the exhaust. Like, there's a lot of work for that one, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to figure out ways to like do less work all at once. So I don't really know how it's gonna go yet. Maybe one weekend I'll try to throw the sway bar on and all that shit. And before we go to the Civic, I've been running into little issues. Now, like I said, the hatchbacks never came with sway bars here in the United States. And I ended up locally sourcing a Civic Type R sway bar, which is what this is. That's the biggest factory sway bar you can get. But there's only one problem. One, these sway bar end links only work with the Type R style control arms, which are right over here in this box. However, I don't want to use these arms because I bought traction bars for the Civic, and what traction bars do is they keep your wheel from bouncing back and forth. So the Civic control arm has a straight arm and it's got a curve to it, and there's a rear bushing called a compliance bushing. If I put solid bushings in, it should help eliminate that pretty much altogether. Traction bars are what eliminated, period. So you wouldn't have to buy the compliance bushing. Compliance bushings, if you get them in rubber, polyurethane, excuse me, and urethane, you know what I'm saying, whatever. If you get those in urethane, then they become like 100 and change, right? So not the end of the world, but when the whole traction bar setup is $70 shipped to your door, then there's no point even buying it, you know what I mean? So I wanted to use not the Type R control arms because they're expensive. They're kind of crusty, to be honest. I mean, they're special, but like the 99 2000 Civic Si also have the same control arms. So like, I don't know how special that really is, you know what I mean? And my problem is compliance bushings for those are like $150, and I'm missing the bracket that goes over them because it's a different bushing. So it's like, I don't know, kind of running into like one little problem that turns into another problem. So I still need to run this Type R sway bar, but the other style control arms that go with their standards front sway bars from the other Civics is the bar end, that guy, is flat. So the bushing is just this straight little piece with the bushing on top, bushing on bottom, and it's just a straight rod. Because the control arm has a pickup point that's flat, and then the sway bar also has a spot that's flat. Where the Type R control arm and sway bar pickup is like this, both of them in line together. So it's just like, now I need a hybrid to run this Type R sway bar with the more standard control arms that have the pickup point for the what's it called, the sway bar, you know what I mean? And because again, not all Civics came with sway bars in them, all the hatchbacks here that I own, the control arms don't have a bolt location for the stock sway bar. So I did order some. I ordered the cheapest ones I could possibly find, and it cost me $80 for the pair. So cheap, just, you know. And you know, the control arms I have in the Civic work fine, don't seem to have an issue, but they just have the piece that I'm missing, and for $80 shipped to my door, fuck it, just replace it. Even if I blow out the bushings, I can just still use the control arms I already had originally, and just because they're two-piece control arms, the Type R control arms are one piece, and they're really heavy and they're really reinforced. So like, that's cool, but then I can't run traction bars because traction bars have nowhere to bolt because it's a one-piece arm, not two-piece. There's a whole spiel about it. When I install the bars, we gonna get in that thing, we gonna talk about that thing, you know what I'm saying? So you see me with your eyes, both eyes, two eyes, one eyes, I don't know how many eyes you got, but whatever, how many eyes you got, boom, baby, you know what I'm talking about? So you see me lay down a large sheet of 36-inch paper, cut out the zone here. Chester, take it easy, Chester, okay? I know Chester's been banging on in the background, but he's probably pumped because there's a lot of like bugs outside and out there jamming and shit. So yeah, lay down 36-inch paper and basically just trim out this whole zone, tape it up, and then give it a quick light scuff, a quick wipe, and then just shoot it. And I did shoot it with the silver's pretty damn close, to be honest with you, you can't even tell. I did shoot it with the same silver can that I shot the front lip with, and I wasn't expecting to continue spraying other things, but I've been noticing that Civic Type R's, everything on the cars are painted, where the rest of the Civics, the side skirts aren't painted, the bumper mold, the door bumpers aren't painted, the lips aren't painted, just everything's not painted, they're just left rubber, just plastic. And to be real, man, I've been seeing Civic Type R's, and I've been seeing more and more silver ones online, especially with the white wheel setup. And I ain't going front. I do want to paint this car championship white, but right now this car is looking real tight, all silver. So I want that silver vibe, you know what I'm saying, here and there. I do have a different front lip, and these side skirts are actually off the brown car. And funny enough, when I took them out, they're completely trashed, by the way. You just can't tell because they're down there and they're this big, right? But the brown color actually is similar to the silver that was left, that still functions. And like, I barely had enough can to dust these two things silver, but like, man, like, we're talking like barely dusted it on there, you know what I'm saying? But it makes the car look a lot nicer. But now I just realized that it makes the side of the car look lower because I've been missing my side skirts for a minute. And this, I always like the Civics having the profile of the front bumper sitting lower than the rest of the car, and now it sits kind of even, but the other lip that I have sits way lower than this one, so it'll fix that later on. I also have a rear lip for it too, which makes these cars look sick. But man, I don't know, this car is looking good. Like, I want to do 5-lug conversion on this car and everything, but yeah, dog, ain't gonna front with you, ain't gonna lie, ain't gonna front, you know what I'm saying? The car looks pretty fucking tight like this, you know what I mean? But it's gonna look even better with the next little upgrades here and there. I do want to paint this black piece here also silver, and the reason I didn't spray can this is because this I want to be actually painted, because that piece is actually going to stay on the car. That piece will actually keep. These door moldings I'm not keeping, these skirts I'm not keeping, that lip I'm not keeping. So all that is going to go on later on, no big deal. I say no big deal, but you know, still have to do the work, still have to like do all this shit. But the future of this car is to do a 2000 front end conversion, which is the same front end that my very first Civic has back there, but that car's got, you know, aftermarket carbon and shit. So we got a lot of things happening, got a lot of things going. My intake manifold Skunk 2 finally arrived after like 2 weeks. I ordered a Skunk 2 throttle body. The first one took a long time to get, and then when it showed up at someone else's house in Miami, Florida, and I don't live in Miami, so that was lost in transit. And then I bought another throttle body and it showed up like that, so I was stupid, you know what I mean? So like, it's crazy. You know, I've been waiting for this intake manifold for a while because this car idles at like 2,000 RPM. The only time it goes like idling 1,100 RPM, 1,200 RPM is when the AC kicks on, so it idles more normal. So I'm like 2-for-1 special. Intake manifold upgrade so it flows better. It's basically a Type R replica manifold. And then also nice, fresh, clean, nice new looking parts, which is great. And then also with that is a little bit more power, a little bit better flow, better usability. And then now that the throttle body and intake manifold are gonna be on and hopefully sealed because it's all brand new shit, I should be able to adjust my idle properly. And I'll be able to put my idle air control valve on to make that work too. And if the ones that I have don't work, I'm gonna buy a brand new little Chinese joint, throw it on there, because that's a piece that doesn't have to be OEM Honda. It just has to be a piece that functions, you know what I mean? So man, it's hard to like, I don't know, it's hard to stop like working on the Honda and building a Honda because it is cheap, but I bought so many cheap parts for it that I've spent like $2,000 now, you know what I mean? And like, I'm starting to look around, I'm trying to like wonder like, where's this $2,000 gone? But like, realistically, it's like, I have the brakes, like just these bushings right here, I'm pretty sure are 200 and change just for those. So like those, and then like the rotors and pads are like another 100 something bucks. The intake manifold and throttle body with this thermal gasket, which the car has one, but I want to make sure I have a nice fresh one. That way it's not cracked, split, anything else, so I don't run into issues. It's like that whole combo is like $400, $500 or something like that. So it's also really expensive. And then like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just little things. I had to build a distributor for the car. I bought headers for the car. I bought a seat for the car. I bought seat rails for the car. It's like every little thing just adds up more and more and more. You know what I mean? So hopefully if you're watching this channel, you like cars, because even though I have the R32, have the Lincoln, have the R35, have the other R35, and the Supra and the Civic and the Z and the Integra and the 240 and all that shit, hopefully you enjoy cars because I don't want to do just one car. You know what I'm saying? One style, one shit, whatever. So yeah, I'm really pumped for this track day coming up, and I really hope that things go well. I'm spending a lot of money to prep for this track day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not nervous in general. I'm just nervous about going to the track for my first time in like a Honda type shit, and it just like not flowing and going. You know what I mean? When we go drifting at the track, it's local. We pull up, we rock our shit. Our cars are proven, they're tested on the streets. We've been doing it for years, and everything works. This car really only owned for a few months, so even though I do daily drive this car and I do beat it up and I'm trying to hit corners and do all these things, it still is an unproven vehicle. I'm not confident in this engine just yet because it doesn't sound like it's supposed to. So I know there's a compression issue somewhere, or the head gasket's bad, or I have a bad injector. So there's a funny issue with that. It's a bottom end that does not like to rev high, with a head that likes to rev high to make its power. So that combination doesn't suit well for the bottom end. So I'm scared to scatter that fucker thing, because if the bottom end lets go and it takes the head with it, the head by itself is $1,500 without anything attached to it. You know what I mean? So like, if that motor goes, yeah, the bottom end is cheap, but then like if the head goes with it, then there's no cheap about it anymore. You know what I mean? So trying to take any little precautions, baffled oil pan and gaskets and seals and just all these little things to help the car not necessarily perform better, but just live long. You know what I mean? They're like the while you there type things. You know what I mean? So yeah, I know I've been walking and talking and fucking, you know what I'm saying, whatever else. So I hope that you enjoy the video. I hope you don't mind me chatting it up quite a lot, you know what I'm saying? And I hope you be feeling the way the car looks now. You know what I'm saying? I'll try to throw a couple pictures. Well, I ain't gonna throw no pictures in there. Fuck that. You gonna check that thing out like that and that's it. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we rolling, baby, right there. But yeah, keep in tune, because the Civic shit's gonna keep popping. It's gonna keep going. Even though this video was a little bit less work, next video for that car should get things that upgrades I should be able to feel. I'm still not gonna put the brakes on yet, because to do the brakes I have to have the car on 4 jack stands, and the driveway is, can't tell, but the driveway is literally sloped. My driveway is long, my driveway is sloped all the way to like right there. So like, you know what I'm saying, like way back there. I know what you're thinking, take the car out the garage. It's a pain in the ass to take anything out of the garage. I have my tools everywhere from working on shit. I have to move a ton of cars. I cannot move any of my cars back over here. I have to move them over there, but I can't move any of the lower cars over there because the drop-off's too big. That's why the cars that are there. I have to put them all in the street. You get the idea. That's a lot of shit, you know what I mean? So I'm kind of saving that brake shit for last. It gives me a moment to do the other important thing. I still have a mission for putting sway bars on, front sway bar, doing the oil pan, rod bolts, all that special shit, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see how things are gonna get. We're gonna get how things are gonna see, you know what I mean? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I want you to keep staying tuned. Man, I hope this track day is gonna be as fun as I expect it to be. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be fun to experience it for my first time. I'm taking you along for the ride. Not confident I can afford to buy like any GoPros between now and the event. Obviously, I'm still gonna film, but you know, I want to try to get some GoPro action. That way it's kind of a better filming experience and a better viewing experience for you guys as well as myself when I come back to watch the video. So yeah, stick around, stay sucker freely, baby. You heard me?